Subject concrete structures, chapter pre-stressed concrete, topic previous year gate numericals on pre-stressed concrete. So now students, let us discuss, let us solve a few previous year gate numericals which I found a little bit tricky, right? So this question came in gate 2008 and I found it a little bit, not little bit, a very tricky question, right? The question was a pre-tensioned concrete member, of section 200 mm into 250 mm. This is the section given, right? The area of section is also given. Contain tendons of area 500 mm square. So the area of tendons has been given to you 500 mm square. Now the interesting thing is the tendons are not at some distance, they are not at an eccentricity, but they are at the center of gravity of the section. The tendons are at the center of gravity of the section, right? The pre-stress in the tendons is also given as 1000 Newton per mm square. So the pre-stress, just imagine, right? So pre-stress in the tendons is also given as 1000 Newton per mm square. Just imagine the question, you will get the answer, right? Assuming modular ratio, right? Modular ratio we have already discussed in the working stress method as 10. 10 is the modular ratio given to you. The stress in concrete is, now what is the stress which the concrete has? Now let me explain you. Now let us say this is a beam. Let us say this was a section. So tendons are at the neutral axis. The neutral axis. So neutral axis we have tendons. So tendons have been stretched and now they have been released. So they will have some force. So force is not given to you, stress is given to you. The stress is 1000 Newton per mm square. Now with this stress, they are coming back to their original position with this stress. Simple, clear? Now just imagine what will happen. Now when they will come back to their original position, do you think that the 1000 Newton per mm square, the whole stress will be transferred to this and this? No, there will be some losses. The losses we have discussed in the pre-stress losses, right? That is shrinkage losses, we have the elastic shortening losses and other losses, friction losses also. But here no such data is given. Only one data is given, that is modular ratio as 10. So my common sense, it says that if this is tendon or this is, it will be a steel also, right? It will be Fy. So if there is steel, there is concrete. If I had stretched my tendons and now I have released my tendons, the whole 100 Newton per mm square will not be transferred to concrete, and now other data is also not given to me, the shrinkage and other effects. Modular ratio is given. It means that there will be some losses inside the tendon. This is my common sense, right? Because nothing is given, modular ratio is given, and you know that modular ratio is, you can say that it is FST or sigma ST divided by sigma C is modular ratio. So whatever data has been given to me in the question, just by looking at the data, if you have done a lot of practice, you can determine that the use of modular ratio will be such that I have to calculate the stresses in steel. How much stresses there have been inside the steel which have gone in the form of losses. Clear? So now, first of all, and remember one point, that whenever you are doing calculation, try to determine load, right? If you will continue your calculation with the stresses, you might make a lot of mistakes, right? So what I will be doing is that I will be determining load, right? So load, first of all, solution, right? Now load will be equal to load at the tendons, right, which I have applied, will be equal to 1000 into area of tendons. How much the area of tendon is given to me? That is, I guess it was given, yeah, here 500 mm square, right, into 500. Now this will be Newton divided with 1000, it will be in kilonewton. So 500 kilonewton. So 500 kilonewton force is acting on the tendon inside, in the inside direction, this direction. 500 kilonewton. 500 kilonewton. Simple, right? Now, how to calculate the stress in steel? Now, let us take the help of modular ratio. I told you that from the compatibility of your strain, because if there is no slip condition, the bars are not slipping, at that time the strain in concrete will be equal to strain in steel. I can say that the stress in concrete divided by the modular of elasticity of concrete will be equal to stress in steel divided by the modulus of Young's modulus of elasticity of steel. So let me write it like this, or I can say that the stress in steel will be equal to EST divided by EC, that is the modular ratio. Modular ratio into stress in concrete. So to determine the stress in steel, I have to determine the stresses in concrete. Now, how to determine the stresses in concrete? Now, 1500 kilonewton force is coming, right? So, this force, let us say this is the force, the 500 kilonewton is coming. So, this force will exert some stress on concrete. How much that stress will be? So, that stress will be equal to FC will be equal to 500 kilonewton. Let me convert it in Newton into 1000 divided by area of concrete. Now, how much is area of concrete? Is section, section is given to me as 200 into 250. So, 200 into 250 minus, because in the case of our double reinforced section, if we were inserting some bars, some concrete has to be taken out. So, if 500 mm square, if 500 mm square steel has to be inserted inside it, then 500 mm of concrete has to be pulled out, right? So, minus 500. This will be the stresses in concrete due to this 500 kilonewton load. Now, let me calculate how much it is coming. So, 500 into 1000 divided by 200 into 250 minus 500. It comes out to be 10.10. 10.10, right? It comes out to be, stresses in concrete, it comes out to be 10.10 Newton per mm square. Clear? Now let me put this value in this portion, in this formula, and get the stresses in steel, right? So the stresses steel will be equal to, the stress in steel will be equal to modular ratio. How much is modular ratio? 10, right? So 10 into 10.10, it comes out to be 101 Newton per mm square. So I have got the stresses in steel. Now these are the stresses in steel. It means that these are actually your losses, right? So these are the losses. Earlier if 1000 was there, 1000 stress was there, but now only 101 has been deducted. It means that 1000 minus 101, it is around 899, right? 899 Newton per mm square is the effective stress on concrete section, right? So let me rub this. Now let me rub this. I have got 101. Now let me rub this, right? Now I have got it as 101. Clear? Now I have got my FST as 101 Newton per mm square. Now the effective stresses, F effective stresses will be equal to 1000 minus 101, that is equals to 100, that is 900 minus 899, right? 899 Newton per mm square. Now this is the effective stress which by which the tendons they are coming back to their original position. This is the effective stress, right? Now this is the effective stress. What would be the force? The force would be, the effective force would be equal to 899 into area of tendons, that is 500 mm square. Clear? Now this is the effective force. So what will be the stresses in concrete due to this effective force? Divided by the area of concrete. Simple. That is 200 into 250 minus 500. Effective. This is the effective force and this is the effective stresses in concrete. Let me write effective stress in concrete. So this is the answer, Newton per mm square. So let me calculate how much it is coming. 899 into 500 divided by 200 into 250 minus 500. It comes out to be 9.08. It comes out to be 9.08 Newton per mm square. So this is the effective, right? So 9.08, right? So this B is the right answer. B is the right answer. So I hope that you have understood how to solve this, right? Because this is the numerical which I found a little bit, not a little bit, very complicated, right? So if you are studying this numerical, if you have done a lot of practice, it will be a cakewalk for you. But if you are not done practice, I guarantee this question you will find very difficult to solve, right? If you have good concepts of working stress method, good concepts of limit state method, and you have solved a lot of numericals on the previous topics and in the pre-stress concrete also, this will be a very easy question. Otherwise, it is a very difficult question. Clear? Now let us solve one more numerical and finish this topic. So let's solve one more numerical. Now let us solve one more numerical on this chapter, that is your pre-stress concrete, right? So the question, it came in GATE 2005, and similar questions have been asked in many year GATE examinations, right? Okay, the question is, a simply supported pre-stressed concrete beam is 6 meter long, and 300 mm wide, right? Its gross depth is 600 mm is the gross depth, right? It is pre-stressed by horizontal tendons. Now this is important, right? The tendons, they are not parabolic, neither they are in some triangular shape or some other shape. They are horizontal tendons, right? At an eccentricity of 100 mm, right? With a force of 1000 kilonewton. This is important, 1000 kilonewton. Neglect weight of beam. Now this is also important. Neglect weight of beam. Now what I think is that if I would have to set the paper, I would say that because length is also given. Now take you do not have to neglect the weight of the beam. If you do not have to neglect the weight of the beam, what you have to do? From the volume, right? From the volume of the beam, you have to calculate the weight also, because for RCC the dead weight is density is given by 25 kilonewton per meter cube, right? And for your PCC it is 24, right? I have already told you all these things. So neglect weight of beam, right? The maximum normal compressive stress at transfer. So we have two types of phases, transfer phase and the service phase, right? So transfer phase is how much? 0, this, right? Now let us solve this numerical. It's a very straightforward numerical. I have already told you that we have to get the maximum compressive stresses. So when you have your, you can say, let us say this is a beam section. Let me again remind you. This is the neutral axis, and let us say horizontal tendon. Now these are the tendons. So this is a tendon with a force of how much? 1000 kilonewton. 1000 kilonewton. This is neutral axis, and the eccentricity is how much? Gross depth is 600 mm. Let me write it like this. It is 600 mm, right? 300 mm wide, so width is not required here, right? So it is pre-stressed by tendon. What is that? Yeah, 100 mm, right? So eccentricity is 100 mm. Is eccentricity. I told you that if this is the case, the upper portion will have the least compressive stresses and the lower portion will have the maximum. Simple. Why? Because this can be transformed into this beam. Let me take one section here. So this can be transformed like this. This is the section. So this is your loading. Here it was 1000. So this can be transferred to the neutral axis 1000 kilonewton, plus there will be a moment also, because this is your compressive. Below the neutral axis the stresses will be compressive. If this is the case, so the moment will be like this. How much will the moment? P into E. How much is P? 1000 into E is how much? Into 100, right? This is a mm and this is kilonewton. The units have also to be taken into consideration. And I told you that this is your B and this is your A. And I also told you that sigma at A will be equal to, due to normal compressive stresses, P by A minus, because due to bending there will be some negative or the tensile stresses at the top, right? So minus P into E into you can say Y divided by I, and I by Y, that is the section modulus, I wrote it as Z, right? So and sigma at B will be equal to P by A plus P into E into Y by I. Simple. Now just put in the formula, you will get the answer. Just take into consideration the units also, right? It is Newton per mm square. So let me rub this. I hope you are getting it. I hope it, right? Let me rub this. Now, it's a very straightforward numerical now. So sigma B, now I will, after solving this numerical, I will be telling you that what can be the modifications in this numerical, because such straightforward numericals, they are nowadays hardly asked, right? In 2019 it was an easy exam, easy question paper. 2020, so they have asked very simple questions, but in subsequent GATE examination, straightforward questions they cannot ask, right? They might not ask, right? So I will tell you what can be the modifications in this numerical, right? First modification I have already told you. They can say that do not neglect the cell width of the beam. Clear? There will be one more. There can be one more modification in this numerical. I'll be explaining you. But first of all, let us solve this numerical, right? So P by A. How much is P? 1000 kilonewton. Let me convert it in Newton. Divided by area. How much is area? So area, you know that 600 mm is gross depth and 300 mm is width. So 300 into 600. This is the area. So these are the direct compressive stresses. Now plus due to bending, P into E. How much is P? Again 1000. E is how much? Now 1000 into 1000 again. Why? Converted in Newton. Into E. E is how much? 100 mm. Into Y. Now what is Y? So Y is actually the distance from the neutral axis to the uppermost, or from, in this case, to the to section B. To section B, right? That will be equal to 600 divided by 2. So this was a section. This is your 600. This is the neutral axis. So from this distance to this distance will be 600 divided by 2. That is 300, right? Into 300 divided by moment of inertia. So moment of inertia is B d cube by 12. So B is how much? 300. 300 into 600 cube divided by 12, right? So how much it is? How much it will be? Let me calculate it. How much it will be? So it will be equal to 1000 into 1000 divided by 300 divided by 600. It will be 5.55. It will be 5.55 plus this will be equal to 1000 square into 30000 and divided by 300 and divided by 600 cube and into 12. It will be equal to again 5.55. 5.55 multiplied by 2, it will be equal to 11.11. 11.11 Newton per mm square. So this is the correct answer. Now I was telling you there can be some modification. The modification can be, instead of asking you the maximum normal compressive stress, it can ask you what will be the compressive stresses at the you can say at the point where the tendons are passing, or at the you can say at the sections of tendon, right? For example, these were the tendons, this is the beam, these were the tendons, this is the neutral axis. So it can say you determine the compressive stress at this point. So at that point of time, your Y will become E. Your Y will become E. Simple, right? So your Y will become E, and hence you can determine the stress. Is simple. Clear? So I hope, students, now this chapter, the pre-stress concrete, is very much clear to you, right? So you have to practice. Every time I am telling my students that the more you practice, the higher rank you are getting, the good rank you are getting, right? So you have to practice a lot of numericals. So now let's meet at the next topic, next video, and in that I will be explaining you what I feel that the most probable numericals can be from in the subsequent GATE examination, the coming GATE examination. So let's meet at the next video. Thank you.